What is up, comic book fans, readers, collectors, cover lovers? Everyone is welcome here at Nerdy Geeks Comics, no matter how you collect. Today is Sunday, December the 7th, 2025. So happy Sunday, happy Snail Mail Sunday, because that's what this video is about. If you're new, it's my basic unboxing. I open up all the packages I got from Whatnot, eBay, online retailers, and I show everything to you. Unfortunately, I've opened up everything already because, again, my laptop failed me. The first part of the video I recorded, it would have it where I would be talking and then the video would just freeze, but I would have kept talking for about 5 to 10 seconds at a time. And I was able to edit some of that out. It would have been a little choppy, but it would have worked. But then when I did the second half of the video, because I had to stop for a little bit, um, it was working fine. That video glitch that was happening was gone. However, halfway through that video, all of my audio dropped off. I had no audio whatsoever. It just dropped off. I don't know what happened. I need to pay attention to the little green lights that are at the bottom left of my screen to make sure that my audio is going the whole time. So that's something I just learned. Pay attention to that. Otherwise, you're going to end up reshooting a new video at 10:26 at night. Anyways, so that being said, there will be no unboxing whatsoever. I'm just going to show you everything that I have. There's not going to be any unboxing. There's not going to be any tossing of any boxes or anything like that. So sorry, but if there's some of you who don't like that, hey, you're in luck because this is going to be nothing but comics. Let's get to it. Okay, so I'm just going to start going through these comics pretty quickly. I don't remember where all of them came from. Some I do, but a lot of them I don't remember. So if I remember who I got them from, I'll let you know. But that's not going to be the case for everything. So let's go. First off, I have this Gotham City Sirens. So I do remember this one. This one I got from A to Z Retro. He was doing a 15K giveaway because he was picking up his 15,000th follower on Whatnot. So I went ahead and jumped in and bought some stuff so I can try and win the PS5. But this, I have no idea what this is. All I know is this is a straight title buy. This isn't a cover buy. This is a title buy. Gangster ass barista. I'm actually gonna give this a read just to see what this is about. That title alone is what got me. Next, I have this Deadpool number 10, where we have Deadpool on the throne, and we have an appearance of Jeff the Shark right here. So nice little Jeff right there sitting with Deadpool. Nice cover. Okay, next up, I do remember getting these from Riverbend Comics. So Pop Kills is a series I've told y'all about in the past. And this cover I have talked to y'all about in the past as well, where I did order a few of these covers actually, but my LCS never got their shipment in. And by the time they told me that they're probably not going to get it, because they kept expecting, to come in. And after 2 weeks, they said, hey man, try and find it somewhere else because I don't think we're going to get our shipment. These were all sold out. So slowly and surely, I've been picking one up every now and then. So now I think I have three, maybe 4 copies of these. So nice to have them now. Next up is Marion Heretic. I believe this is the black and white version of cover A for number 2. So really nice cover right here. Next, we have Stake presents Jezemy. This is issue number 2, and I don't remember if this is a cover A or if it's a variant, but it's a pretty cool artwork, man. I mean, a lot of these covers lately have just been really great artwork. I haven't read this yet. I did read the first issue of Marian Heretic. It was pretty interesting. I read halfway through issue 2, but I haven't quite finished it yet. I need to dive into this one, see how this one is. Next up, I have Yuletide number 2. And I believe this is the Ito cover. I think he's doing a cover for each of these issues that have come out so far. So his artwork is really nice. And this is one of the few chances you're going to have to pick up his artwork that's not a ratio. Because all of his stuff that's come out has been a ratio 1 in 50 or up. And those things are just going for crazy money. Like, I really wanted to get the one for Ghost Pepper. I want to say it was number 2 or 3. He had a 1 in 50. That thing is going for like $200 or $300 now. And that thing came out 2 months ago, I think, 3 months ago. I should have picked it up. I wanted to pick it up, but that was at a time when I was trying to lower my FOC. I learned my lesson. I'm not going to be doing that anymore because now that thing is just way out of my price range. Maybe. We'll see. Up next, we have Hello Darkness number I don't remember what, but this was a great cover that I want to say came out 2 or 3 weeks ago. So Ryan Brown cover. You see his name right there, but check that out, guys. That is a really trippy cover. You got an exorcist happening right here. Look at her face. Looks so demonic. And you can see that the chair is off of the ground, just being held by the ropes that are tied to the ground. Really creepy cover, really awesome. All these horror comics that have come out over the last couple years just had tons of great covers. Really happy to have all of these. Okay, so this next set of books I picked up on Whatnot a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember the seller's name. I hope I followed them because there was some great deals on there. I tend to not really get on Whatnot really late because whenever I go to work, it's usually around 2:20 in the morning. Even if I'm sleeping in, it's around 4:20. So that's not something I really am able to do. Like at the latest, it'll be around 9 whenever I'm getting on, and that's about it. But apparently, if you get on later, there's some good deals to be had. So this was a whole set of Skottie Youngs that I picked up. It wasn't a set. They were being sold individually, but these are the ones I was able to win because there was a few people in there trying to pick up Skottie Youngs because, as we know, he is a popular artist. So I was able to pick up Silk number 1. So we have a nice little cover of Silk right here. I don't think this is one I had yet. And I also picked up Hallows Eve number 1 again, or I'm sorry, number 3. But I don't think I had a copy of this one. I may have. It's been a while since I've gone through my Skottie Young collection, so I need to see. But this is one that I really like. I do like full moon covers as well. So this is great for that. Another full moon cover. So this checks off 2 boxes for me. And I was also able to pick up this Captain America Sentinel of Liberty. This is number 1. So a nice little Skottie Young cover. I love that the A right here is a lowercase a. I thought that was pretty cool right here. And I also picked up Wolverine number 1. You got Wolvie right here. And I love when Skottie gives us a full background. Because a lot of times it's just the character and a white background, but when he does a full background, I really like it. So you got Wolverine enjoying a drink, cooling off in his little kiddie pool that's the exact same colors as his costume. Awesome cover right here. And since I showed you one Wolverine, here's another one. We have Predator versus Wolverine number 1. And a great cover right here, guys. I love Skottie's covers. I love when he has multiple characters on them. And this is just another great cover. Again, I believe this is one that I have not had yet. And to go from Wolverine and Predator, we're going to go straight to the Predator. So we have Predator number 1. And I think I may have had this one already. I'm not sure. But, you know, it never hurts to pick up an extra Skottie Young cover. So great cover right here of the Predator. I'm gonna have to pick up a Predator statue so I can have this over there right next to it. And my last book, we have What If Aliens? So I did read this series actually. I didn't pick up this cover. I'm glad I was able to pick it up because I love Skottie's Aliens covers. The one of Ripley just looking up and you can see the alien over her. I'm pretty sure it's Ripley. It's somebody in a spacesuit, but I'm pretty sure it's Ripley. Anyways, that's probably my favorite Skottie Young cover. Maybe. I don't know. There's some Deadpool and Gwenpool ones that are really nice. But anyways, that one is a great one, but that one's hard to find at a decent price now. But I was happy to grab this one. This is a series I did read. So if you didn't read this series, it was a decent series. However, Burke, if you hate Burke, then you may not want to read this one because I don't want to say it makes you sympathetic to his story, but it gives you an understanding of why he was doing what he was doing. It wasn't really his choosing. He was being forced into it. But it was a fun series. I think it was like 5 or 6 issues, something like that. I actually did enjoy it. It was a decent read. But again, if you hate Burke, it kind of makes him a little sympathetic. But all in all, Burke is still an asshole. I still hate him. So whatever. Okay, so these next books, I do know I got these from a Whatnot seller, Leap Slayer. They're a husband and wife team that, you know, sell on Whatnot. The wife does some original art, and sometimes she'll sell those sketches, or she'll send you a print if you order some of their exclusive covers. So they have some nice exclusive covers, and on Black Friday they did have these up and they had some decent sales. So I did pick up their Supergirl cover for Action Comics 252, and this is done by Don Mateague, I believe. Really nice cover of Supergirl, and it came with the foil, and of course it's actually a spot foil, so the artwork of Supergirl is still very visible, really nice. And I was also able to pick up their Hello Darkness exclusive, and this one also comes in a set. Now this one they're both virgins, but you can see that here she has stockings, here she doesn't. She has the hat here, no hat here, and then there's no strings here where they are here. So those are the only things that I noticed. If y'all notice something else, let me know. But this is actually a glow-in-the-dark cover, so really awesome. I love all the Hello Darkness covers, and I'm really happy to have these. Okay, so these next few covers I'm going to show you come from my friends Kelly and Steve with Comic Traders. I buy a lot from them on Whatnot. I've actually met Kelly and Steve twice, once at NYCC and then again at MegaCon. Really awesome people. If you buy from them and you have a chance to meet them, they're two of the nicest people you'll ever meet. So, you know, go ahead and meet Kelly and Steve if you have the chance, because they're great people. But anyways, they had a Whatnot sale with Jamie Tyndall, that he was there live doing some artwork and remarks and autographs. I want to say it was 2 weeks ago. So I finally got these in. Well, I got them in, but I forgot that. Remember I told you about life happened. So they've been sitting on the side and I finally got to open them is what I mean. But here I have a Pop Kill cover by Jamie Tyndall with his autograph right here. So really nice. Love all the Pop Kill covers. That's just the series that has had tons of covers by tons of great artists. Next up is Harley and Elvira. Really nice cover right here. Again, also got the Jamie Tyndall autograph right there. Really nice cover with Harley and Elvira right here. I did read issue number 1. I did like it. It wasn't amazing, but it was a fun read. These two characters actually seem to work well together. I haven't read issue 2 yet, but I need to get to it. But really nice cover right here. Okay, so next up, I have some covers that hopefully I can give you a good look at because they're metals, and metals can be very hard to show on camera. If you ever have them in hand, they are gorgeous covers. I love to collect metal covers. And if you're a Magic fan, then you're in for a treat. So here I have the Jamie Tyndall Magic cover. Let me clean that off. There we go. Really nice. Check that out, guys. Look at that. Really nice Jamie Tyndall Magic cover right here. Really awesome. And they came with a certificate of authenticity, which is also a metal card right here. And he did autograph it right there. So really happy to have this one. Check that out. Look at that. Really nice. Okay, so next up, I have another Magic cover by Jamie Tyndall. Check this one out. Look at that, guys. Hopefully you're getting a good view of this. I mean, I'm trying to give you all the best view I can. There you go. That's pretty decent right there. You can see that, the full artwork. Really nice. Autograph cover, metal, and again, with the metal certificate of authenticity. Unfortunately, this one didn't have the spot for him to sign it, so this one isn't signed, but still, really beautiful cover of Magic right here. Yes, it is the same cover. So here we have the Magic metal by Jamie Tyndall, but this one has his, I believe they call it the rock star or the rock and roll autograph right there. Really cool autograph. And also this one was remarked as he put these all around here. So really awesome cover, guys. Hopefully y'all are getting a great view of that. Really beautiful cover, guys. I mean, I love the way that yellow background works. And I got one more to show y'all. I forgot to show you the metal certificate of authenticity on this one. Really cool. Okay, and the last one, this one I really like. I love that blue. Check that out. That blue looks fantastic. I'm trying to give y'all a great look, guys. I'm trying, but it's hard with these metal covers. But check that out. See that blue back there? Really awesome. I love whenever they put Magic with the blue background, because she tends to have, she has the blonde hair, and then her sword is always glowing yellow, so it actually looks really nice. It's like the J. Scott Campbell that he had for, what was it, X-Men issue number 2, I think, with the Magic. And then the original one had the yellow background, but they had the 1 in 25 that was the blue. I really like that one way better. So really fantastic Magic cover right here, guys. And this one also has the metal certificate of authenticity. But oh, look at that, it's got a ding on it. See that? That kind of stinks. But the cover's good. No dings on this one. I checked it out. Okay, so that's one box. This is another box I got from Comic Traders, and this was a set that they sold together. So here we have Absolute Batman. I want to say this is 13. I'm not sure. I think this was the 1 in 25 by Gillian March, or maybe the 1 in 50. I don't know, guys. I'm not quite sure. I didn't pick it up from FOC, but they did have it at an auction, and it went for a decent price. And it was partnered up with the Ivan Talavera number 13 Absolute Catwoman. That's just a fantastic cover, guys. I mean, Talavera's artwork has been great. Check that out. Really awesome cover. So I did pick up both of these as a set. Really happy to have both of them. There was actually a foil, trade, and virgin, but the virgin's completely sold out. I have not been able to grab one. Hopefully I can find one day, but this is just a fantastic cover. Okay, and in that same stream, they did have this set for sale. So one of the things about Whatnot, if you get lucky, sometimes they have some really big books or really nice books that come out early, or exclusives that everybody's trying to get, and they just spend all their money on that. So towards the end, sometimes, not always, but sometimes you can get a deal because they put some stuff up, at a flash sale price or something like that. And if you hadn't been there all day, or you hadn't been buying, you can get a good deal. So I was able to pick up this whole set right here. So this isn't every book that came out, but this is 10 books from Batman Deadpool. And they put this up for $50. And these were $8.99. Yeah, $8.99 cover price, guys. So this should have been at least 90 bucks. I picked it up for 50 because nobody else bid against me. So I was able to pick all 10 of these up for almost half cover price. So we have the Jenny Frison cover of Wonder Woman and Storm. And then I don't remember who did this one, but this is Cap and Wonder Woman. So these two I already did have, but still doesn't hurt to have some copies. I also had this fantastic Lozano, again, Wonder Woman on the cover, but this one with Captain Marvel. I also had this one already. We have Scarlet Witch and Zatanna. Fantastic cover right here. This is one I didn't have, so I skipped this one. I want to say this is the Nick Dragotta cover, and we have Batman and the Punisher on here. So here's one that I didn't already have. I was able to pick up. And of course, we have the homage to Hulk 340 with Deadpool here holding the knives, and you have Batman's reflection right here. So really awesome. This one I did not have. So here we have X-23 and Nightwing. Really nice cover right here. We have, I believe this was cover A, so I think this is the Nick Dragotta cover. Really nice right here. And of course, the Jim Lee Batman and Wolverine on this cover. Jim Lee's Batman is probably my favorite Batman that's out there. Michael Turner is a very close second. And what Jorge Jimenez has been doing in his Batman series that just came out, really nice. It looks a lot like Jim Lee's Batman. So he's moving up there too. He's been doing some great work. And the final one is this Deadpool. I believe this is a wraparound cover, so I need to put this in a clear backing board so we can see Batman on the other side. But really nice. So again, really happy to pick up 10 books with the $8.99 cover price for basically 50% off the cover price, because I got them for $50 and $45 would have been right at half cover price. So really awesome. Really happy to pick all those up. Okay, so time to get to the meat and potatoes of this Snail Mail Sunday, because if you don't know, I am a huge Simpsons fan. I have been watching The Simpsons since they were shorts on the Tracy Ullman show when I was like 7 or 8 years old. I remember watching those, staying up late, watching Fox, and, you know, just hoping that they would have a new, you know, little skit on there and I'd get to watch it. And then whenever the show debuted with its own series, I've been watching it ever since. Have I watched every episode? No, but I've probably watched every episode up to around season 30, 31. And then after that, I've probably watched half of the episodes of every season. I've just gotten really busy. So it's not that I don't enjoy the show. I still enjoy it. I know a lot of people says it has gone downhill, but I still enjoy it. Obviously, people are still watching it because it's still on the air after, what, 37 seasons, I want to say. So if you didn't know, and you didn't, because I don't think I've ever talked about it before, my statues. I love collecting statues. Amazing things to collect. It is an expensive hobby. It is a hobby that you need tons of space for because these things are not small. I think that Hulk right there is like 35 inches tall. Voltron is like 32 or 30 inches tall. So they're big. They take up a lot of space. But before I started buying these statues, before I had money to spend on that stuff, and these are all layaway, or not layaway, but payment plans. I don't think I paid for any of these straight cash. They were all payment plans. But before these, I was collecting the World of Springfield Playmates figures that the Simpsons had. And I want to say they had like 10 or 11 series. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've looked at them. I've had them boxed up for probably 10 years now. But when I was picking those up, I had, series 1 to maybe 8, like every character. I had the mail away figures that you could get. I had some con exclusives. I think there was Toys R Us and KB Toy Store exclusives, 2 places that are gone. I had the Main Street place. Well, I still have the Main Street play set. And, like the school and the Simpsons home. I want to say it was the living room set. I loved collecting those things. I used to have them pinned up along the ceiling, like all the characters and everything. So the Simpsons is something I've been a fan of for a long time. And this Whatnot seller had a Simpsons sale, and it was all Simpsons books. And I found him, I want to say like 20 minutes into the show. So there's some stuff I did miss out on, unfortunately. But again, it was a late night sale. There was maybe 8 to 12 people in there. And of course, they were all Simpsons fans. So these weren't too expensive, but they weren't cheap either. But I believe I got some good deals, because some of these things are things I've never seen, or they're just really nice shape. Because if you don't collect Simpsons books, they're hard to find in good shape. Simpsons books were red. They have spine ticks all up and down the sides. They have dings on the corners. It's hard to find Simpsons books that are in just, very fine or near mint shape. It's very hard to do that. So these are actually in really nice shape, and I'm really happy to have them. But let me show you first off what I got. So these are not the comics, but I do have a TV guide of The Simpsons, the Halloween preview, and it's a nice Treehouse of Horror homage right here. And so there's a Simpsons series. So there's a Simpsons series, there's Radioactive Man series, there's Bartman, and then there's the Bart Simpson series, but there's also a Treehouse of Horror series. And of all of those, the Treehouse of Horror is the hardest one to get. Like the others you can find, again, hard to find in great shape, but that Treehouse of Horror, really hard to find any of those. So if you can get your hands on them, pick them up. And if you're not a Simpsons fan, pick them up, let me know. I can send you some money. You can send me the books. Maybe we can make a trade. Who knows? But I do love the Simpsons. I do love the Treehouse of Horror books. So if you come across those and you're not interested, hit me up, message me on here or message me on Instagram, let me know. But really happy to have this. Like I said, a nice Treehouse of Horror homage right here. But I was also able to pick up this. So in the 90s, if there was a popular anything, they had a magazine of it. So here I have The Simpsons Illustrated. So it's a magazine just of The Simpsons from the summer of 91. So a nice magazine cover right here. And I don't remember if I bought 2 or not, or if this one just happened to have one on the back. But here's another one for Simpsons Illustrated. And this one's from the summer of 92. So really happy to have picked these up. And that right there, that's what Bart looked like in those skits I was telling you about on the Tracy Ullman show. They look way different than they look now. So this next one that I have, I had never seen it before. It looks like some type of little activity book or activity thing that you can do with The Simpsons. You can tell it's older because this is like, the old way that Homer and Bart looked. I want to say these are probably from season 1. Like, I don't know what year this came out. It says copyright 1998, but these versions of Bart and Homer, that's like straight up season 1 right there. I think by season 2, I think they look different than that. But anyways, so this is an activity book. It looks like it has some prints in there. You collect all of them, and then you can make that if you have them. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that, but I was able to pick up 3 of these. He sold them all together, but whenever I grabbed them, I noticed that it's got that price tag on it, and that's not the US dollar symbol. So I looked at the back, and on the back, you can see that says Chatswood NSW. So I looked it up, and that is New South Wales. So this is actually some type of little activity book from Australia, which makes me even happier to have it, because I thought it was just something you could have picked up here. But really awesome that I have an Australian copy of something. I know it's not a book, but it's still cool to have. Still something that's going to be, you know, I don't know if it actually is more rare to have it here in the US. I don't know how rare these are. I've never seen it, so really happy to have these. Okay, so here, now let's get into the comic books. I was able to grab this set. So this was sold as a complete set. Almost all the other ones he sold as a individual copies, but this one he sold as a set. So here I have Bartman number 6. And like I said, guys, like, I don't know how well you can see that. Check that out. Those corners are nice and sharp. Sharp corners, and the edges, like, look at that. No spine ticks on here. These are just great copies of books, man. Like I said, these Simpsons books are hard to find in great shape, and this one is in fantastic shape. I don't think these would be worth getting graded, because I don't think they have a resale value. But as a Simpsons fan, if I think I'm going to be able to get a 9.8, I might send most of these in to get graded, because how could I not? As a Simpsons fans, I got to do it. But anyways, here we have Bartman number 6, Bartman number 5, a great cover of Lisa and Maggie going out because Bart's foot is broken, which was also broken here, but I guess he managed to work past it. Here we have Bartman number 4, and this is obviously the homage to the Amazing Spider-Man. I don't know the cover or the issue number, guys. Again, I didn't buy comic books as a kid. It was not something my family could afford. It was not an expense that we could have. So I didn't start buying till I was 25 after coming home from Iraq. So I don't know all those issues of, you know, big books from the past, but I do know that that is an homage to the Amazing Spider-Man. If you know what number it is, put it in the comments and let me know. Here we have number 3, and we have Bartman with Radioactive Man. Really nice cover right here. Here's number 2, and for a half second when I first saw this, I thought that was Zoidberg, because the way the lines go down looks like the tentacles from Zoidberg. Pretty cool little homage. This would have been, you know, a few years before Zoidberg came out, I want to say. What year was this? 94. I want to say Futurama came around 98, I think. You know, let me know. I am a Futurama fan, not as big of a fan as I am of The Simpsons. I have enjoyed it. I have seen most of the episodes, but I don't remember when it came out. So does this predate Futurama? Is that where the design for Zoidberg came from? Let me know. And of course, I got Bartman number 1, which we got a nice spot foil cover right here. Really awesome. Love this cover. Okay, so up next, more Simpsons. And like I said, I picked up a nice amount of issues right here. So let's get through these. We got issue number 81 right here. And I do really like this cover. It's, of course, you have Homer being a sloth, just laying in his hammock as always. And I kind of like the way that tree looks. It kind of gives that a Sideshow Bob vibe. You know, the way his hair just spikes out. And I was also able to pick up issue number 80. We got Professor Frink, Smithers, Disco Stew, Mayor Quimby, and Homer right here. Nice copy right there. And again, all of these are in really good shape. Some may have a few spine ticks, but there's very few with actually color breaking ones. So here, number 79, we have Grandpa, obviously forgetting his pants. I forget that lady character's name. I know she's appeared in a few times as a background character, but I don't remember her name. If you remember her name, put it in the comments. My tocaya probably remembers his name, her name. And I missed 78, but I did get number 77. And you have Bart right here with Sideshow Bob's hair. issue number 76. This isn't quite the Treehouse of Horror, but it's Treehouse of Horror-esque. So really nice cover right here. I really like that. Now we have issue number 74. We have Krusty here with a Operation game, but of Homer. Nice cover right here. Next up, we have number 73. Yeah, it's an okay cover. Nothing special about it. But again, look, you got a black cover, and look at that. No spine ticks right there, or none that are color breaking. Nope, that's the bag. Where is it? Yeah, that right there by the question mark, that's the bag. That's not the cover. Here we have a nice, looks like time traveling one where you have Marge as Medusa and Homer, who's turned into stone from looking at her. Nice, number 70. And now we skip down to number 67. You have Homer in the duck tank. Bart trying to get everyone to throw the, knock him in there. And then you also have Blinky, the three-eyed fish down there. Really awesome cover. From 67, we go down to 63. Really nice cover of Burns right here, trying to build his golf course. You know those evil billionaires and their golf courses. You have Bart and Lisa trying to protect a bird's nest right here. Okay, so now we're jumping down from the 60s to the teens. So here we have issue number 13, where you have Bart and Milhouse. Looks like they're trying to do some illustrations on their own. We have issue number 12. Looks like they're in an aquarium or some type of glass background stuck in something. Nice little cover right here. And number 11, you have Flanders. Looks like he's just had it with Bart, shot him with the slingshot and is laughing. It's not typical Flanders. I only remember one episode where Flanders did lose it when we learned the background of his parents. Issue number 10. Nice little cover with the evil Mr. Burns in the background. Issue number 9. Looks like somebody may be reading Lisa's diary. We have a nice copy of issue number 8. You have Bart shrunk right here, and you have Snowball, let's say number 2. Let's say Snowball 2. Here looks like about to start to mess with him. And we have a nice little cover right here. The Simpsons as acrobats, issue number 7. You have Homer obviously weighing down the entire rope, and then Bart in his purple cape, because of course he's got to look like Bartman. Here we have issue number 6. You have Lisa and Automan having a duet on stage. You got the family down there cheering them on. Here, this looks like issue number 7, but no, this is issue number 6, because this is the Italian version of The Simpsons. So the thing about these Italian versions, they feel thicker, and they also have a really thick cardstock cover. So this one does have some spine ticks, like you can see that one right there. See that? There's one right there. So these spine ticks are heavy, because this card, I've never tried to press any comic really, but cardstock, can we still press stuff out of these, or is that just something that's really hard to do with cardstock? Let me know, because I would like to really try and get some of these out. Like you can see that one's color breaking. There's 2 color breaking, and then the other 2 are not. So would I be able to press, especially that one, would I be able to press that one out? Let me know in the chat or in the comments. And check that out. See, 3.5 lira. Is that what I believe that's what the Italians use? Because I want to say that they didn't adopt the euro to like what, late 90s, 2000s, somewhere around there. So I'm pretty sure that's lira. Again, let me know in the comments. So here we have issue number 5. Looks like we've had some type of nuclear explosion. Maybe Homer made the plant melt down again. Everybody's escaping. Even Bartman, instead of trying to save it, he's just fleeing. And here, again, the Italian copy, but this is number 5, which is just a, cover number 6. But now we have the Italian version. So again, 3.5 lira, I'm pretty sure. And this one does have some spine ticks at the bottom. Like those are color breaking spine ticks right there. See those? Now we're gonna get down to issue number 3. I must have lost out on issue number 4. Once we started getting to these lower numbers, they were getting pretty pricey. I want to say I paid like somewhere in the teens for this one, but again, this is a really nice copy. Like, yep, sharp corners. I don't see any visible spine ticks on these. Yeah, really nice, guys. Like they were saying that these were great copies. And again, these are hard to find in any decent shape. I mean, if you can find them in very fine, that's a good find. But these are, near mint. So really happy to have this one. And there was an Italian version of this one. He actually had 2 Italian versions of this one, but they both went for like 30 to 40, like 38 to 40, $45, something like that. I was in there on the hunt, but once it got to like 35, I'm like, okay, I'm out. I'm not quite sure how much Italian copies of The Simpsons actually go for. And I had to make a choice whether I was going to go for those or just go for all of these, because finding regular US copies of The Simpsons are really hard to do. Again, especially in great shape. So I'd rather pick up as many of these as I could and then go hunt for those Italian copies later. Although I do know that a lot of people say, go for the hardest stuff, find stuff first, and then go for these. But these are just about as hard to find in in good shape. These are really hard to find. So near mint copies of these are probably just about as hard to find as Italian copies that aren't in the best shape. So I chose my battle and I went with these so I can get my run fillers. And finally, again, really nice copy. There are a couple of like spine ticks on this, but they are non-color breaking. We have The Simpsons number 2. So really fantastic cover right here, guys. Bob is back. Really love this cover. Really happy to have this. Unfortunately, he did not have an issue number 1 unless that sold before I got there. So I missed out, but I want to say I have maybe 1 or 2 copies of issue number 1. So I do have it already, but I would love to get a really nice 9.8. It's going to cost me a little bit of money, but I would, as a Simpsons fan, I would love to have it. And even though this was a late night, whatnot sale, there was only like 8 to 12 people in there. Everybody who was in there was a Simpsons fan. Like I said, some of those Italian versions were going for big money and they just knocked me out of there. But like I said, I wanted to make sure I got as many of these as I could so I can fill in my run, and really happy that I did it. So yeah, really excited to have these guys. I don't remember the seller's name. I was half asleep while these were going off, just putting in bids. And yeah, that also may be why some of them jumped from like the 60s to the teens. Maybe I missed some if I fell asleep. I don't remember. But again, as a Simpsons fan, really ecstatic to have all of these. All right. And the last 2 books I'm going to show you are slabs. So really happy to have these. As I showed y'all before, I'm a Skottie Young fan. Both of these are Skottie Young books. So I'm going to start off with this one. So this one I got from A to Z Retro. He was having his 15 case, giveaway. He was doing a PS5. And one of the last books he put up was, actually, I think this was the last book he put up. It was a 9.8 CGC slab of Skottie Young's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. So this is a book I don't own. It's a cover I really like, and I'm really happy to have it, and especially a 9.8, and I got it at a really good price. Like, really, really happy to have this one. So I am a lifelong Turtles fan. Um, my Turtles love predates The Simpsons. I mean, I was there whenever the cartoons were on. I did not have the comics because I was, what, 4 years old whenever the comics came out. So of course I didn't have those. And most of those were up in the Northeast anyway, so they weren't floating down around here. But I do remember my cousins talking about them even before the cartoons came out, and I do remember all that. So yes, really happy to have this one with me. And my last book is a 9.8 CGC series, uh, Deadpool Batman #1. So check this out, guys. 9.8 autographed by Skottie Young. Really happy to have this. I want to say this was his web store exclusive where he was selling them, 9.8, I don't remember what the price was. Actually, my wife bought this for me. So thank you very much to Nerdy Geek's wifey. That's actually her tag in Whatnot and Instagram. She has her own Whatnot because she was buying comics for a while with me. She's moved on to Labubu's and to I don't know what else. She's buying a lot of those because her and my 8-year-old daughter love that stuff. That's their thing to collect. That's their thing. I'm happy they have it. I'm happy they have a hobby they can enjoy together. But she did pick this up for me, so I am very happy that she did. Thank you very much. Love my Skottie covers, and a Skottie autograph in a 9.8. Really awesome to have. So that's it, guys. That's everything I had for my Snail Mail Sunday. Sorry I wasn't able to just throw everything everywhere and make a mess like I normally do. But again, I had audio issues, and I have been periodically watching this little green light over here, and I see it moving whenever I'm talking. So far, so good. I still have my audio. And if you enjoyed this, hit me up. Give me a like and subscribe. I have Instagram. Of course, I have this YouTube channel. And let me know in the comments what you thought of my books, And if you do come across some Simpsons books and you're not a Simpsons fan, hit me up. We can make a deal. I would appreciate it. Again, it's a really hard thing to find. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.